Are you struggling to market your Notion templates? Maybe because you don't have a lot of time to invest in content creation, or maybe you don't have the courage. I know I've been there. And when I started my shop, I didn't have the courage and I didn't have the time. I had to invest in other ways to get more traffic to my shop and to promote my Notion templates in a way that wasn't super time consuming. And the tool that I'm talking about, you might be familiar with it, is Pinterest. I started using Pinterest, I think, about 3 months after I started my shop, to push more traffic to my Etsy shop, because I wasn't using any social media, because as I said in the beginning, I was afraid of judgment, and I didn't want to tell anyone about this shop. I was just playing around with it, and I also didn't have the time to be like posting content on Instagram and starting a YouTube channel or anything like that, because I was working in a hospital full time and I was really tired already, and content creation really demands a lot of time and strategy and a lot of things, and I wasn't ready for it. Pinterest is not a social media platform, it's a visual search engine. It's like YouTube, that you go and search for things, but it's visual, so it's mostly like for images, and now they are introducing more video content, but it's mostly for visual content, so which is great if you're selling Notion templates or if you're selling digital products, because you can also link your product to the image, to the pins that you create. So it's a really great platform. You can batch content, and it's not a platform that you need to be posting all the time, and the work that you put on now is going to be like keep paying off over time. So for example, I have pins that I've created last year, just when I started my shop, and they keep bringing me traffic to this day, like more than a year later. But it's important to let you know as well that Pinterest is a long-term strategy. It takes a long time for your pins to start like picking up, to showing to more people, but they keep showing to people organically over time. It's not like Instagram, for example. They have a short shelf life. When you post something on Instagram, they normally they'll keep sending that post to other people in for maybe a day, 2 days, 3 days, maybe if you're lucky a week, and then it starts fading. It's not going to be showing to more people. And in Pinterest, it's not like that. It takes a long time for the search engine, to recognize your keywords, the images, and start showing your pin to the right people. And there's also studies about this that shows that Pinterest has a much higher conversion rate than Instagram and other platforms, because you can add a link to your product to the pins, and people are much more likely to click on it to go and buy things on Pinterest than on Instagram, for example. So that's why it's a really good way to sell digital products, especially low ticket products like Notion templates. And I really had a good experience with it. I love Pinterest because I'm a very visual person, and for me it's great because I can go create. So every time that I launch a Notion template, for example, I take maybe a day or half a day to create all like 30 pins or sometimes more. I create different variations of it, and I then schedule them inside the app. You don't need any fancy app for that. You can use the Pinterest app and schedule them all in one day, and they will be posted like every day, and you keep getting the views and clicks and all those things. So I had a few viral pins that brought me a lot of sales and a lot of clicks. A lot of people saved as well. And most of them, they were basically a screenshot of the template. It wasn't even something that I created in Canva, because most of the pins that I do, I created them in Canva, which is super simple as well. I have a template for it, but the templates that went viral, they were basically a screenshot of the entire Notion template, the workspace, the main page. And I use a tool for that. It's called Go Full Page. I'll leave the link here. It's a Chrome extension that you can download for free, and you can take a screenshot of the entire Notion template, the entire page, and you can, that's a pin that you can post on Pinterest, link your product, and of course you need to create some boards as well. So let's say if you are selling travel guides and you are in the travel niche, you want to create boards in your Pinterest account that relate to your dream customer. So it's probably someone that likes to travel, that likes tips about traveling and looks and photography and all those things. And because Pinterest is a search engine, when you create a pin, you want to use keywords. You need to find keywords and add keywords in your title, in your description. You need to add alt text, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that. It's super simple, and you don't need any fancy tools apart from Canva that I'm sure like most people have access to it. You can use Canva free. I have Canva Pro, but you can use the free account as well. And I'm going to go and show you how I create a pin from scratch and how I add it to a board and add to a link to a product. And so let's go and I'll show you how to do that. As you can see here, I sell Notion templates for business and creators. When you are creating your account, you can add a link to it. So I link to my website, but you can link to your Etsy shop, you can link to your Stan store or Gumroad store, anyway. And make sure you add keywords in your title, in your description, in your boards, because remember, this is a search engine, and if you don't add keywords, people are never going to find your pins. So that's just some examples of pins that I've created before, so I can link to my products. I create like different variations of it so I can test and see the ones that are getting more clicks. But let me show you how to actually go and create a pin. It's super simple. Just go here, create pin. So we're going to create a pin from scratch, and what you need first is of course the image. I'm going to use a template that I sell just for the sake of this example, and I want to show you a very quick way that you can create pins just taking a screenshot. And for that we're going to need this Google Chrome extension. So just type Go Full Page, and it's this one here. So you add to your browser. I use the Arc browser, but it works in the other browsers too. And then I'm gonna go back here, and I think it should be here somewhere. Yeah, so I click on it, and it's taking a screenshot of my page. So as you can see here, it shows the entire page. Actually, I don't want it to be like all white like this. That looks better. And let's take a screenshot. So basically take the screenshot for the entire page. And that's one of my most viral pins that I've created, and it took me like 1 minute to create. And you can download the image, you can upload that to your pin, and then we can add a link. So I'm gonna grab the link on my website, copy the link of the template. This is very important because when someone sees your pin and click on it, they will go straight to your store. And here it's the very important part as well, because you need to add keywords. And the easiest way to find keywords, if you don't have any tool, if you don't pay for any tool or anything like that, just type let's say I'm trying to create a pin for Etsy seller planner. So let's say Etsy seller tips, Etsy seller aesthetic, So Etsy seller, it's a keyword. You can also find like Notion template and see what shows up. So we can add Notion template aesthetic, and we're going to use these keywords in the title and the description. So I'm gonna type here. Just use as many keywords as you can, and in the description as well you can just type something more friendly. So you can add more things, but I'm just going to keep it very simple here. The alt text, you can add some keywords, but you need to explain what's in the image. So let's say screenshot of a Notion template. And yeah, that's it. So the pin is ready. So you need a board for it. You can go into group boards, and you can also create your own boards. So I have one Notion template. This is where I pin all my Notion templates, and I just go here in publish. And that's it. Our pin is ready. We can go and see. And as you can see here, I don't have a lot of followers, and followers on Pinterest doesn't really matter that much, because I do have a lot of views still, even though I don't have a lot of followers. And some months goes up to 100,000 views. And I never used any ads. I never paid for, it's very organic. If you enjoyed this video so far, please leave a like below and subscribe to the channel. I'm bringing more content to help you sell your Notion template. My last tip for you, especially if you have a job or if you have a lot of things going on, if you have kids, to leverage your time and to save you more time actually, is do content batching for Pinterest. So when you have a template that is ready, take screenshots, create a lot of variations of pins on Canva as well, and you can schedule them all at once, batch this work, because this is going to save you a lot of time. And you can schedule them straight in Pinterest. It's very easy to do, and you can also create idea pins. If you don't want to create static pins, you can create idea pins. You can post videos as well with idea pins. You can add links. And the other thing for you to save a lot of time is to use ChatGPT to batch this content. So you can basically go on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to basically write 10 pins for you, with descriptions, alt text, titles using highly searchable keywords, and it will give you a massive list of pins that you can create. It can even give you ideas for pins that you can design for design ideas. So it's really helpful. So I teach all this inside my course. So I teach everything in more depth into my Notion course, the Passive Income Academy. So here there is a module, the creative marketing, and there's a class all about Pinterest, how to create your pins, the benefits of it, how I show you my viral pins, how I created them and why did they work. And I'll give you some homework as well for you to get started. And that's a Canva template for creating pins. So I'm just gonna show you some examples. It comes with the right size, optimized for Pinterest, and you can just upload, take screenshots of your template and drag and drop to Canva and pin, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like below if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.